10 ways to generate electricity from renewable sources. Over 86% of the energy consumed in the United States comes from petroleum, natural gas, or coal. Unfortunately, the dependence on these non-renewable resources could someday lead us straight to our demise. Without change, society as a whole would be immobilized. But why wait for the inevitable when we on our wheels of the past? Modern hydroelectric power plants start with water stored in a reservoir behind a dam. The dam operators release water in a controlled manner through a spillway and over a turbine to generate electricity. In general, these structures have a relatively short lifespan and are prone to catastrophic failures. Another downside to hydroelectric power plants is their sometimes negative impacts on the environment. 2. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy works similar to a large heat exchanger. Deep in the Earth's crust, heat from magma chambers and volcanic activity can be utilized to generate steam which can turn turbines. Alternatively, natural steam rising from crustal vents in the ground can be captured and directed into a power generation facility. The hot water vapor is directed towards turbines, which generate the electric power. Geothermal power plants can also have very short lifespan. Sometimes could be harnessed. It would provide 80% of the electrical energy used in the United States. Similar to hydroelectric power, wind power has been used for centuries. In the days of the old, it was used to turn grain mills or pump water. Nowadays these devices are very simplified. Basically, wind flows over a huge propeller that turns a turbine and generates electricity. Wind power stations provide a good amount of power in relation to the cost it requires to build them. They are inexpensive to build and are generally safe to use. However, this technology does have a few downsides. Wind power farms usually create a lot of noise pollution. They could pose a problem if built near homes or in cities. Spinning propellers also pose a significant problem to our bird populations. Additional, wind power is not completely reliable nor is it very efficient compared to other sources of energy. Despite these challenges, wind power is one of the most promising sources of alternative energy that scientists are considering today. 4. Tidal energy. To harness the power of the tides you have to construct a dam or gate structure near the mouth of an ocean bay that has a large tidal range. The in and outflow of the ocean's water is then used to move paddles which turn turbines to generate electricity. Although this is a really great idea, it is not very practical. Most of the world's coast does not have a tidal rise and fall large enough to create any usable amount of power. Current research suggests that the range must be at least 25 feet or more for sufficient power to be generated. It is also very hard to find suitable locations to build this kind of power plant. 5. Ocean current energy. Harnessing the power of the currents of the ocean is not a new idea. In the vast oceans of Earth, there are currents that constantly travel the globe. The currents churn the sea in a never-ending underwater river. This untapped source of energy may provide the electricity of the future. The concept is simple. A stationary set of turbines would rest in the ocean and would be turned by the natural movement of the water. This power generation facility essentially acts